It's August 1st, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a disaster made deadlier by locked exits, a miraculous escape from a collapsing bridge, and a mountaineer who refused to die on one of the world's most dangerous peaks. Let's begin. On August 1st, 2004, families crowded into a supermarket in Paraguay for a quiet Sunday lunch. Then flames began racing above the food court. Explosions tore through the three-story building as burning debris and suffocating smoke descended on hundreds of shoppers. People rushed towards the exits, but the doors would not open. Survivors, cashiers, and witnesses claimed the security guards had shut and locked several doors to stop customers from escaping with unpaid merchandise. A guard later testified that he had been ordered to close them, although the owner denied giving that command. Inside, terrified families pressed against the locked exits as smoke filled the building. Some people smashed through the windows, others were pulled through openings by outside rescuers. At least 327 deaths were confirmed. The supermarket owners, a father and a son, and a security guard eventually received prison sentences, and the fire exposed appalling safety failures. The haunting question remains: how many people could have survived if only the doors had opened? On August 1st, 2007, at 6:05 in the evening, rush hour traffic crawled across the I-35W in Minneapolis. Without warning, the 8-lane steel structure gave way. The center span folded into the Mississippi River, carrying 111 vehicles down with it. Among them was a school bus filled with 52 children and 9 adults, returning from a swimming trip. The bus dropped violently and landed on a steep, broken slab. As it threatened to roll towards the wreckage below, a driver pressed her foot hard against the brake. Then, a nearby truck caught fire. With flames rising and smoke surrounding them, the staff member Jeremy Hernandez forced open the rear emergency door. One by one, the children climbed out into the shattered bridge. Everyone aboard the bus escaped, but elsewhere, 13 people were killed and 145 were injured. Investigators later discovered the horrifying cause. Steel gusset plates holding the bridge together had been designed only half as thick as required, so buried beneath decades of traffic, the weakness finally buckled under the weight. It's terrifying to think for 40 years, the flaw had been hiding in plain sight. On August 1st, 2008, Dutch mountaineer Wilco van Rooyen stood on the summit of K2, the second highest mountain on Earth. But reaching the top was only the beginning. As climbers descended through the narrow bottleneck, an enormous section of ice broke away above them. The avalanche swept the climbers from the mountain and tore away the fixed ropes. 11 people would die. Van Rooyen became separated from his team inside K2's death zone. The human body would slowly begins to shut down. He had no tent, no sleeping bag, and no supplemental oxygen. Snow blindness stole most of his vision. Distorted and hallucinating, he wandered across the mountain, unable to find the established route. For 2 nights, he sheltered alone in the snow, knowing that falling asleep could mean never waking up again. Nearly blind, he continued walking downward by instinct, followed the slope beneath his feet, and eventually his teammates found him alive, suffering frostbite and exhaustion. After 2 nights alone, above 8,000 meters, somehow he returned back from the dead. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.